First of all, my son been on my insurance over 15 years, quarter
Hmm.
in New York. He forgot his mother passed. My other kids didn't need it because their mother support them and don't need my little bit. You're the only one. I'll call you to see what's going on. That's what you wrote.
But that wasn't about insurance. That was just money because Alexis kept asking me for money and money.
What money would she be trying to threaten you to get out of you?
I don't know, to be honest. She lost her job. I don't know. When she lost her job, that's when she really pushed.
All right, place your hand down. All right, Miss Mackis, your motion, you may begin.
I'm just wanting to file him in contempt of medical insurance, the arrears of child support, and the remaining child support due along with court costs and filing costs. The first copy of evidence is just his contact information. That's the only way that we communicate is through text messages. That up, I don't think I scanned it into the evidence. States that he's responsible for obtaining medical insurance and paying $395 per month in child support. So the next screen that I'm showing is after our order was established. This is just me asking him, hey, can he obtain the insurance? Our order was signed in November 2021, and he had this 14 days from December 1st to obtain the medical insurance.
This is medical insurance.
Correct. Medical insurance. So like the text messages show the defendant not applying himself to put the dependent on his insurance plan. He already had a family plan in place. He's had one in place for the past 15 years. So there were no out-of-pocket costs to him to put her on his insurance. So the text messages are just showing that I repeatedly requested him to obtain the insurance or look into it. And he just kept giving me excuses that he's on disability, he's not working, and he can't obtain the insurance. But actually he could obtain it. And the only reason I was asking for the insurance is because my daughter has a severe allergic reaction and her Epipen is $500 out of pocket without insurance.
How much do you have to, well, you don't use the EpiPen every month. So
no, it doesn't have to be used every month, but I have to keep
it
on file at school at all times.
Right. Okay. So how many times have you had to pay for the Epi out of pocket?
5 times.
Okay. Has she used it?
No, but when they expire, you're required by New York state law to replace them regardless.
Oh, you're in New York.
Yes, I relocated to New York.
Uh-huh. Okay. And so you have to have them, what's the expiration date on them?
They can be on file for a year, but the prescription only lasts for 6 months at the school.
Okay. Okay. So you've done that 5 times?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so your position is that the child hasn't been on an insurance plan since 2021?
No, I put her on my insurance plan when Mr. Slocum just said he just wouldn't look into it because it's expensive to keep purchasing them. So she's been on my.
Say that one more time.
I obtained insurance for her in 2022 when I realized he wouldn't get the insurance for her.
Okay, and what's been your cost for that?
I pay $390 for the insurance per pay period.
Per pay period?
Yes.
$390. So altogether, you're paying $700 a month for insurance.
Correct. But I was no, not altogether.
I'm confused.
So when you said for the EpiPens,
no, not EpiPen. I'm talking about how much money for the insurance.
Oh, for the insurance, it's $390 per pay period.
Okay, so $390 times 2. Normally, you're paying $780 a month.
Yes.
All right. And how many people are on this insurance plan?
Just me and my daughter.
All right. So basically, you're paying $390 per month for her.
Correct.
And you got on this plan when?
And I updated the plan to the family plan in 2022.
For the whole year, since the whole year of 2022?
Correct.
Okay, so 2024 would be 24 months. 24 Yeah, February, March, April. So that's 3, 24, 26, 27, 28. So times 28 months. Okay. 10,000, 920. All right, go ahead.
So these are just the evidence of the text messages, me asking him about the insurance. As you can see, in January, I received a letter saying that he was required by the state to obtain the insurance. And then
What letter?
a letter in the mail from DeKalb County, just saying that he was notified about the insurance again.
How's he know? What do you mean DeKalb County? Let me see.
I can try to blow it up.
Okay.
But it was just saying that they notified him about the insurance.
Yeah, I need to see what you're talking about.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
It might not be important for the evidence. It's just stating that he does have qualified medical insurance and he had no issue. There was no issue to put her on it. So they just informed me of that.
That he had insurance.
That the entire time that he had insurance, correct.
Wait a minute. You're saying he had insurance and didn't have her on it?
Correct. So he's been employed with the same company since 2020, and he's had insurance this entire time. He just refused to put her on the insurance.
Okay.
He already had a family plan. So the next document that I'm showing is his job informing him that he's putting my daughter on his insurance and that there was no changes to his payroll deductions because he's already been enrolled in a family medical plan.
Okay, can I see it? Can you blow that up?
This one,
yeah.
And this is just it blown up about the email that you just previously saw in the text messages.
So Mr. Slocum has other children already covered?
Correct. This is just me telling him that letting him know about that I'm doing the contempt motion, which is already filed, telling him the amount, how much I've been paying all this month and all the time.
Okay. And how much did you pay on the out-of-pocket for the EpiPens?
It was just $500 for the EpiPen, and I only purchased them 5 times.
So 25. Okay.
These are just the proof of insurance with her insurance cards.
From you. The fact that you had her on insurance.
Say that one more time.
This is proof that you have her on insurance.
Oh, my insurance, correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
So these are just her insurance cards that I've had.
Okay.
So these are just other insurance documents. This doesn't count. This is her dental records. He's not responsible for dental. I am. So
okay.
I can move this.
Okay.
And these are just various prescription receipts. Just me showing that my daughter does get sick. We live in a cold climate, so I do. Oh, this is another insurance card for her. And then these are just receipts. Like this is for her severe allergy because we have to go to a specialist in order to get the EpiPens, and I actually fly down to Atlanta to obtain the EpiPens.
Okay, because she was at Atlanta Allergies.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
And this is just receipts for the steroids for when she gets sick that I purchase out for her.
Are you requesting any funds for prescriptions other than the EpiPen?
No, ma'am. So okay. I can pass these.
Okay.
Just let me know when to proceed.
I'm ready.
And then this is just the medical cost breakdowns for the year for my insurance. And I was trying to go to, it's out of order for one, but I want to show it to you. 1 second. This one?
I can't see anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, let me go back. So this was the change. I just wanted to show the change in my insurance cost after removing my daughter from my insurance this month. So
okay, tell me that. What is it?
So it just went down to $38 for individual coverage, which is a major jump for having a family plan versus only me being covered.
Okay, wait a minute. So, because normally when I don't know the difference, I just automatically divide it in half. Mm-hmm. But you're able to see the difference. You know what it would be for a family and without a family.
Yes, ma'am. I have that as well.
Okay, so for a family, if it was just you would only be paying $38.
Mm-hmm.
And with her on it, you're paying $700+ dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, not technically, The reality is that the number I just added is incorrect, because if you're paying $390 times 2, that's 80, but you normally would pay 38 per pay period. So if I subtract 38 and another 38 second pay period, you pay $704 for her.
Yes.
So that's 7 and 4 times 26. All right, that's $18,304. Okay. All right, keep going.
And this is just the paper that I just showed you. This is just the job from my job, because I called them to ask them about that.
Ask them about what?
To ask them about the difference in insurance.
Oh, I can't see it. Can you go up a little bit and let me see? Okay, we attach copy of your medical costs. Oh, okay. So go back to that medical cost, because maybe I can see the exact number on that one, the one that shows the 2021 through 2024 cost.
Mhm.
Can you blow that up? Let me see what that looks like. That way I don't have to, I can't see anything still.
It won't let me blow it up anymore.
Okay, what does it say? What is it purporting to say?
Right here, it says $564.43.
What did it say?
It looks like it says, I can't see it either, sorry. Let me make sure, 1 second. I have it on printed out. $564.43.
564.40.
564.43.
564.43.
Correct.
And then what does it say about this credit? Because you told me that you thought you paid $390 per pay period. That's different from the 564 you're now saying.
So this is just okay, so I was affected by a layoff. So these documents are just showing me being affected by the layoff. So this is what, if I was to continue with this job position, this is the coverage. So he obtained the insurance in February and I was laid off in March. I don't know if you saw the news, but UPS laid off 12,000 employees and I was one of those employees.
No, I guess and maybe you're answering and I just don't understand. What does the layoff have anything to do with it showing 565 and you're telling me that you paid?
Oh, because this is just for the 2024.
Oh, okay, I see. 2024.
Yeah. So this was just for 2024, because because I wouldn't be able to not complete insurance, but the insurance wouldn't continue after March of this year. But he obtained insurance for her in February of this year.
Okay.
Correct.
And what's the Rite Aid?
This is just a prescription receipt. I'm not asking to be reimbursed for any of the prescriptions outside of the Epipens.
Okay.
But I didn't know what to submit, so I just attached.
Okay.
I don't know if you can I can see the people, so I don't know if you can see the everyone, or if you can just see the documents.
I see evidence H, child support case details.
Okay, yeah, sorry, this is my next cover page. So just to move on, this is just moving on to our actual support order that is through the hub. So these screenshots, just so of course this is our current case and about our child. And then this is the monthly amount that is owed, the amount that he's in arrears, and then the amount that he owes me currently to date. So I am seeking for payment on that.
Okay, 2919.06.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the next piece of evidence that I do want to submit is just the court filing cost receipts.
Okay.
So it was $58 to file in DeKalb County for this actual order. The next documents that I do want to show is the money orders for the Fulton County Marshal's office. I had to serve him twice at an address at his last known address. And then I was informed by the new homeowners in his home that they moved. So I had to basically I lost out on that money. They don't refund you if they try to serve the person.
Okay.
So both times that was $50. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
This is the money order for Gwinnett County. I ended up hiring a private investigator to find out his new address. And I was informed that he purchased a home in Gwinnett County. So I just want the $50 back for the process service in Gwinnett.
Okay, you said a home was purchased?
It wasn't under his name, it's under his new partner's name. But yes.
Okay.
And then this is also, you have to file this, the cost to file this even with Gwinnett County was an additional $50.
Okay.
And then the last piece of evidence is just the invoice from the private investigator that I paid. And it was $1,000 for the private investigator, and then for the fees all included, it was $1,000 and $1,080.
Okay.
This last monthly expense page is just for the outcome of the court, because I am asking for full payment, just to show that I do have monthly expenses and that the amount owed or due is just for immediate payment to take care of my daughter and provide for her.
Okay.
And then that's all that I have to present.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Slocum?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Your case?
Yes, I was not aware of our daughter condition. She said every time I've talked to Alexis, there's always money, there's always court, and I'm trying to explain what's going on in my life, and she's not listening to that. I have no excuses. I'm telling her exactly what's going on, which in 2022, I had second-degree burns on my leg, so a lot of work for about 2 months. And then prior to 2023, I tore my quad tendon in my knee at work. So, and I'm actually still.
Mr. Slocum, before we get there, so we can keep in order,
Okay.
that child support issue might be dealing with your work.
Mhm.
Well, we're starting with the insurance for 2021.
Okay.
Start there.
So 2021, I was on unemployment. I was working at UPS. It's still working at UPS at the time. Wasn't making much, but I was on unemployment at the same time too. And I communicated with Alexis all the time. I always asked her what she needs. I even met up with her, got the baby documented.
Mr. Slocum, I'm
Yes.
not asking about the great things you did, okay?
Okay, so the insurance.
It is simply about insurance.
Okay, so the insurance, I was having trouble myself, getting myself on insurance for my job, because I was still part-time, and I couldn't even go to the doctor myself. I tried to put Alexis, I put our daughter on the insurance, and they kept giving me the back and forth. And then same thing with my son in New York. He was on insurance. That wasn't working. So I had to call HR. A lot of back and forth going on. So I didn't even have insurance for myself. I needed my teeth pulled. So, and I explained this to Alexis, what's going on. I couldn't get insurance. Like I didn't even have for myself. And then I put her on there. They needed a court order to officially put her on there, just like they did my son in New York. So I don't think I had any control of that. I did my part. It was all up to HR and insurance.
I'm confused. You're saying to me that for 3 years you did your part, because if that's the case, you probably need to be suing your employer.
Maybe I do. In 2022.
If you did your part, which is
Mm-hmm.
to submit, because you have a court order, so that
Yeah.
should be difficult. So
Mm-hmm.
you submitted your court order, requested for your daughter to be put on, and they said no.
I did not submit a court order. You know, when you put a child on your insurance, it comes every year, and I put her on there. And the same thing with my other daughter. They did not approve it because they needed a court order. I did not have that court order at the time
So
because I was going
what
to.
time what time was that you didn't have the court order?
This is in 2022, and I couldn't because I was going through. I moved from the house. She's right. I moved, and I actually got kicked out because she found out about the baby, and um she moved into a new house, so I stayed there on and off to watch the baby. I'm
I
not
don't
staying there.
I don't know who you're talking about. I don't even know
Okay.
what you're talking about. I need you to stay focused. I'm talking about insurance. You 2022, you tried to
Mm-hmm.
put her on the insurance.
Yes.
You already had a court order at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
So I assume, just like my other child, I assume they will automatically put her on my insurance.
Well, you couldn't make that assumption because 2021 they did not, and you were aware of that. So why would you assume that 2022 would go very differently if 2021 they didn't do it?
I reached out to HR several times, and they said, "Oh, we're gonna get back to you. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna make sure she gets on there." I got injured and I got backtracked. I'm sorry about that. And I told Alexis I would do anything. I will help her pay if I get extra money or whatever. Um, but it was just a hard time for me in 2022. And she knows I stuck by her with anything. She asked me about the insurance. I told her I'm trying. I'm trying. I never said no to her. Never. Never said, oh no, I'm not putting the child on the child. I wanted to put her on she can put me on child support. She can put it on insurance. I don't mind. I'm not the guy that runs away from that. So I tried and tried for the insurance in
So
2022.
what evidence do you have to show that how you tried in 2022? Do you have anything that you sent to your office, a certified order, or anything that you received, any efforts that you did in
The only the only
2022?
thing I had is in my workday account, I just put her name and that was it. That was it. That's the only evidence I have. So I really don't have any evidence on that.
Okay. Now, tell me, what did you do in 2024
Hmm.
that put her on the insurance?
Yeah, so I got injured last year, September. I tore my quad tendon and I had a
Mr.
big surgery
Slocum,
on my
Mr. Slocum, I am not
yes.
in what happened to you. I'm only
Hmm.
in what happened to the insurance. How did your daughter get on the insurance in 2024?
I have an agent, Katie Kirk's the one she showed you the letter to. I spoke to her and I constantly asked her, I'm like, what's going on with Alexa? I mean, with Linux, with her insurance, and she said, I'm gonna work on it. I'm working on it. And then out of nowhere, I get a letter and saying she's on there. The letter she showed you.
Okay, so once the National Child Support Agency wrote the letter indicating, showing that you in fact had insurance, and they were wondering why she wasn't on there, that's
Hmm.
when it's on it.
Yes, workers' comp actually worked with me because I told them about child support. They said we're gonna work with you, we're gonna put her in insurance, and they did
Okay.
it. It was
In
through workers' comp.
in 2023, what did you do
Hmm.
to put her on insurance?
I got burnt New Year's, second degree burns. I was out of work and insurance was all over the place. Once again, I tried to put her on there 2022 December, and I guess I had to wait, me assuming, which is my fault, I had to wait a whole year to put her on the insurance when the time came. So that whole year, yeah, I tried. I mean, I put her name down. I'm thinking she's on there, but she's not. I'm new to this. I don't know. I don't know how to work this system. I don't know how to. I try to do my part.
Were
I
were your
try.
children on the insurance?
My son from New York, but that was they put him on there. I didn't do any of that work. They did it themselves. So I
You
assume.
didn't write your son's name on your application. They just stuck him there.
No. They automatically put him in. I
No,
didn't put his name down.
they did not automatically put your son down for
I put
insurance.
him down as a
You
dependent.
had put him down as
I
a
put him
dependent.
down as a dependent, yes, but
Okay.
and they, I guess it went through. Yeah, I didn't do anything of that to put them on insurance. They did all that themselves.
You
So I
wrote,
assume.
you sent her a text message, and your text
Hmm.
message, she said, "I'm transferring this to Gwinnett County.
Hmm.
You on your other kids the entire time, and you made me pay for it out of pocket. That's crazy." And your response was, "First of all, my son been on my insurance over 15 years, quarter
Hmm.
in New York. You forgot his mother passed. My other kids didn't need it because their mother support them and don't need my little bit. You're the only one. I'll call you to see what's going on." That's what you wrote.
Yeah,
That does not sound like somebody who's doing all they can. That
but
sounds like,
she's showing you all the negative, ma'am. I mean, Your Honor.
well,
I promise.
do you have the positives? You can show that to me because I'm actually hoping you have something because otherwise it doesn't look good.
Okay, hold on.
What is what is that you're trying to share?
I'm just the text messages we had, the same text messages she showed you. That
Uh-huh.
was some of the conversation we had, just saying that I will help you with anything and we can come up with a settlement or
Take that.
something.
You have a text, you got it like in a photo, like you got a screenshot of it?
Not a screenshot, it's in the actual message.
Okay. I know, but can you take take
A
a
screenshot.
of it so that you can email, you can email that to Miss Marshall, and then Miss Marshall could send it to me.
Okay. I even sent Alexis how much I get paid weekly from workers' comp, so she'll know exactly how much I made. I'm gonna send that too.
I'm not focused on the I'm not focused on the child support.
Okay.
I'm focused on the insurance right now. We're gonna do one thing at a time.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna give you one more minute, Mr. Slocum, then we gotta move forward
Okay. Well,
if I don't get it.
okay.
Those documents were supposed to be put in a Dropbox.
Okay.
Okay. So any other anything else on the insurance, Mr. Slocum?
Nothing on the insurance. I just want to solve this because I've never been late on nothing on this type of stuff. But
Okay, with regard to child support, it's indicating that you are behind
hmm
$2,919 and 006. Do you contest that?
yes, I got hurt and workers' comp said they would take care of it. I even called child support myself and they said everything was good. That was in January and I just got a
Let me stop that. You're saying
okay,
workers comp will pay your child support?
not pay it, but they took care of it. Like I guess they spoke to child support and told them how much I was getting paid and paid them that amount that I can give them, the percentage that I was asked for in the court order.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, they might take monies and give
Hmm.
you, but you still owe the the amount. So the court does not. In other words, just because you're laid off, your $500 is due. They may take only a portion of it because you're making significantly less, but you still owe that outstanding amount unless you ask the court to modify. So,
Okay.
is
And I, and
there?
I, and I did speak to the child support and I asked them, what can I do? And they said workers' comp is handling it. I said, okay. I didn't know about modified. I don't know about none of that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Because
but
I would have sure did that.
yeah, but what I'm asking you is, do you contest the 2919 that is due? Not that that they took less out of your account, but
Hmm.
that's what you would owe.
That what I would owe. Yes.
Okay. And then she also indicates that, I'm sorry, let me go back on. Well, this is related. The EpiPens, she bought 5 EpiPens. Do you
Hmm.
have evidence contrary to that?
No, I don't. I wasn't communicated with that. I didn't know how much her expenses was on that, and I wish I knew.
Why?
I would have helped. I would have helped much as I can. And I told her over and over in the text, I will help much as I can, even though I'm not making much. But any extra money, I will send to you. I even told her I would give my taxes but I owe.
Do you have
And they
any
all,
to contest the amount of insurance that she said she paid since 2021?
I can help the best way I can. I'm only working 2 to 3 days a week.
I'm not asking you about how to pay for it. I'm asking, do you contest the amounts that she's presented to me?
And what are those amounts? I'm sorry.
She
What is
says,
what is the full amount? I'm sorry.
well, there are a few amounts that I got to consider, but her position was that she paid $390 per pay period, but that if
Hmm.
I have a family plan, she would have been paying 38 times 2. So what is that? 16. She would have been paying $76. So from her
Hmm.
perspective, she was paying about $314 a pay period for the child. So basically about I think that's like $700 a pay period. That would be your bill per month. So times 26 would place you about $18,000.
And I have to pay that whole amount.
Well, it's due because you didn't pay the insurance. She didn't have insurance, so she had to pay it because you didn't put your child on your insurance. So she took up that monthly expense. It was your expense, and it could have been done without anything. But
But the court order and insurance on Medicaid, it said that she pays 51% and I'm 49%, and that's for
what,
insurance.
where you want me to
And I
look?
yes, and I
Where,
wish she would have told me
where,
about this. I would have really helped out.
where is the order that I'm looking at? What order? What order?
I have it live on me. I don't have it in my hand.
Miss
It's the court order that
Miss Matt, the court order that you're referencing, what's the case number?
I think it is 2-1.
Miss Matt, in the order where you indicate that he's to pay insurance, what portion of the order are you reading from?
Okay. Section 5, amount of current support.
Section 5.
Section 7 starts with the insurance.
That's uncovered. That's the uncovered amount. Where does it say that he's supposed to provide the insurance?
It keeps going. The court finds the children are not covered by public or private medical insurance. The court, it continues for section 7.
Okay, it's on the next page.
Yeah, sorry.
A court finds that are not in a copy within 10 days. Okay. All right. Yep, Mr. Slocum, it's yours. It's your bill.
all of it.
All of it. Yep. The only things that you have a percentage on would technically perhaps be the Epipen, because that would be considered uncovered. But technically, the only reason it's uncovered is because you didn't cover it. So I don't. Do you? I need to know what the difference would be, and I don't know if Ms. Mack knows what your insurance, when you have to buy the Epipen with insurance, how much is it?
$10.
So it would be minus $50. I just want to make sure I get the numbers correct. Ms. Mack, you had an exhibit that showed the insurance for like 2021, 2022, 2023. Can you put that exhibit back up? Let me just see what it says.
I closed out the screen. 1 second.
Okay. Mrs. Slocum, how much do you make a year?
Yes.
How much do you make?
Right now, I'm at 30 to 40.
What do you do for a living?
I work at the stadium as a conversion associate.
How many other children do you have? Minor children?
I have four more other children.
Are you married?
No.
Out of the 4 children, how many do you have on a child support order?
I have one.
How much is that child support order?
It's $420, I believe, a month.
And are you current on that?
They just sent me a rear balance of $300. I'm guessing the workers' comp is not catching up to it, so I have to call and probably modify, like you said.
The
But but the real balance was 0 in February, but now it came back as $300. So
Okay.
I have to look into that.
Okay. And the other three, one, I'm assuming one child is Lennox,
Hmm.
right? So where are the other two?
They live in New York, and,
They
yeah, I
no
have one down. I have
no
one
children.
here.
You have one in Atlanta. Does that child live with you?
Well, I'm considered homeless, but I stay with the child most of the time because I don't work too much, so I watch the child at the house mostly. But I'm like
Mr.
everywhere right now.
Slocum, that's not my
Yes.
question. Do you live
Oh
with the
no,
child?
I'm sorry. No, no, no.
Thank you. And you, with regard to your, you said that you're kind of homeless now. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't have a stable place to stay, so my mail is going everywhere, and it's not good right now. And me getting injured, they're not helping.
Okay. Do you have a vehicle?
Yes,
What kind of vehicle do you have?
it's a Jeep,
What kind of Jeep?
Jeep Compass,
What year?
2020. And it's not in my name though. It's not really considered mine. It's my child's mother vehicle, but she let me borrow it to go to work.
Borrow it to go to work, or do you pay the note to go to work?
And she pays the note.
So your daughter's, one of your children's mother gives
Hmm.
your to go to work in, but you don't pay the note.
No,
So you make
I used to pay the note, but I don't make enough right now. I can't even pay to stay there because I do pay her to stay there sometimes.
so you make $40,000 a year, and you're saying
About
you have enough money to
about
pay rent and or a car?
yes, 32. It's 32,000. That's gross pay, but and of course it's lower than that. And yeah, me eating and trying to take care of my other kids is very hard.
Mr. Slocum, here's what is very boggling to me. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't understand how you have the ability to put a child on your insurance and you can't focus over 3 years to get that done. And I suspect that you probably didn't focus as much on it because you probably didn't realize you're going to get hit with this bill. I think if you had known that you could get hit with an $18,000 bill, you probably would have put more effort in getting your child on insurance because
I'm
it makes no sense. It's not that difficult to get this child on insurance. It just simply isn't. It takes a court
um
order, which
yeah,
is
but
you
I
can
didn't
come down.
have the court order.
But you could have gotten it, Mr. Slocum. This is your daughter's health. I don't care if she's
But
in a I don't care if she's a child in perfect health.
no, the
Anything to this child, just like something happened to you and
hmm
you had to face the music on those medical issues. Did you
hmm
think that your child's medical issues were not important? Yours were more important?
I just
You
assumed she was on there
you
because of
you you
my
didn't
other child.
you didn't make that assumption because Miss Mack has plenty of text messages where she told you that wasn't the case.
And I've reached out to HR plenty of times.
And
I
then HR told
tried.
the child was on there. No, Mrs. Slocum, you didn't. You
I
didn't.
put but I put it on there physically myself, and no one said nothing. They didn't say anything about approval until the next time to enroll. So all that time, I thought she was on there, and I was telling Alexis the same thing. I did not know, and that's my fault. I
But,
assumed. I shouldn't assume
you
because
you
they did
did
it to my other child.
you did not get an insurance card. You didn't
I don't even. I
insurance,
didn't.
call the insurance company to see. And you putting your head in the sand and thinking you have your problems of your own and that Miss Mack should not bother you for your little bit of money is what got you in this mess.
I understand. I
Okay.
understand. And I told her to communicate everything. I did not want to get into this at all. I didn't want to make it come to this point.
Well,
I
you're
did
here
not.
and she's presented too much evidence showing she contacted you and that you just
We communicated the whole every we communicated throughout the year. We spoke, and I communicated everything that was going on. It was no excuse. I tried, but like you said, I should have pushed harder. I just assumed that it would be on there like my other son. I got put my son down. It was automatically on there. I didn't send no
but
court order for him.
not what you said though. Like you knew that at some point. I took a picture of this because that text message to me was alarming. You said, first
But
of all,
that's after she got on my insurance. That's recently. That's about a few weeks ago. After she was on the
it doesn't
phone.
matter. It tells you where your mind was. You said,
I was just frustrated at the
"I'm
time.
on my insurance for 15 years by court order,"
Mhm.
as if this daughter doesn't have one and she has one since 2021 by court order, and it didn't matter. And then you said, my other kids don't need me. The only
I
person
didn't
that needs me is
not
you.
need me.
My other
I'm
kids
saying.
don't need it
Because
because
I provide for them as much as I can.
let me read what you wrote. My other
Okay.
kids don't need it because the mother support them and don't need my little bit. You the only one.
But that wasn't about insurance. That was just money because Alexis kept asking me for money and money about, I'm like, what is it for? Or
That's what.
it's
So Alexa is calling you about what money is Alexa calling you about?
she was a child support, and she was talking about insurance, but she never broke down what she was going through with insurance. I told her to communicate everything with me.
She was communicating.
Everything.
You're ignoring her.
I never ignored her.
Well, you're saying she's calling you and asking you about insurance, and she's
Yeah, and
calling
I told her I'm trying.
for it, and your response to her is, "My other kids don't need it." What they don't need? What did your
Because
other?
they already covered with insurance. They didn't need my
I
insurance.
thought you
That's what I
said this
meant.
was about insurance. I thought you said this was about money, and you got frustrated.
Yeah, she kept asking me for money for back doctor's visits, and I'm like, okay, I will pay you what I can. And she wanted to make a payment plan, and I was like, I didn't, to be honest, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if this was that serious, to be honest. I didn't know. Okay. And I called child support. They said I was all good. I didn't have no court dates coming up. I was all good. So I thought I was good. They didn't
Yeah,
communicate anything with me. And if they did, I would have jumped on it because I called child support to find out, to follow up. And they said I was all good. They said I was all good. So I left it alone, and I
you're not.
told her whatever she, and she needs me, I will help much as I can.
You're not all good. You're not. And
I know I'm not.
yeah, this right here, it doesn't make any sense. And I think it seems to me you really need to reevaluate. Because I think you're mad with Miss Mac because she's trying to get what your daughter needs, and you
And I want to give it to her.
well, I don't think so. I think you believe that Miss Mac is good in and of herself, and she shouldn't be bothering you. Besides what you're going to pay,
No,
what you don't
no,
believe, you don't believe
no.
that.
I want to help her 100%, especially our daughter. I want to help 100%.
You just
If I had all the money right now, I would give it to her. I promise you. And I told her that multiple times. I will give you all the money you need if I have it. I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but this is the way my life is right now. And I tried to ask her, let's plan something. I can do. We could do a payment plan.
you just said she
Uh,
told you she wanted a payment plan, and you told her no.
I didn't tell her no. I just didn't. I wanted to call. I wanted to get an attorney or call. And when I called child support, they said I didn't have no court date. So I'm thinking she's either trying to get money out of me by threatening me. So that's what I was. And I told the child support people the same thing, and they said
You
yes.
thought
She's going through a third party.
you
They
thought
said
she
she's going through a.
to
Yeah,
get money.
she's trying.
What money would she be trying to threaten you to get out of you?
I don't know, to be honest. She lost her job. I don't know. When she lost her job, that's when she really pushed, when she got
But
laid off.
you told Miss Mac to talk to you, that you were interested in
Yeah,
making sure, and somehow she didn't talk to you. The text message that she was sending you, letting you know she's about to send you to court because you did not come with a payment plan. That discussion she was having with you was not the discussion that you wanted her to have. What kind of discussion
I did.
want her
Trust
to
me,
have?
I did.
Well, tell me, so in the end, we can make sure Miss Mac communicates with you so we won't find ourselves here. What communication piece do you need so that she can communicate with you effectively,
Hmm.
so you won't find yourself here and say, I didn't know what she was talking about. I'm confused. What do you need? Because the text messages she
Just a phone call. And if I can
no,
just hear
not
her
a phone
voice,
call, because a phone call is not going to work for you, Mr. Slocum. I can already tell you that. She needs a text message or an email.
and she can email me and she can text me.
So she can email you and say, I need you to pay your child support because you're behind $80. And your response,
Yes.
Your response would then be,
My responsibility, yes, I will do it.
I will send it to you. Okay, now we
Yes.
have that. Now, Miss Mack, next time you find yourself at any point in time missing any of the numbers, all you have to do is call Mr. Slocum and he will
Mhm.
make it right.
Yep. That's all she has to do.
All right.
I told her that before.
Why does she have to do that? You don't know that you have an outstanding
She's
amount?
not. I didn't know. She didn't communicate this stuff with me. And
You
then
didn't
she
know that you were not paying your child support payment? You didn't know?
remember workers' comp. They told me they handling it. And like I said, I got to do the modification to let them know what's going on. I didn't know about none of that. But workers' comp told me I was all good with child support.
And
And
every
I
time
called.
and sent you and told you that your child was not on insurance, you didn't know?
I did not know.
Because you
No.
didn't call the insurance.
I know I called HR. I didn't call the insurance. I called HR.
And HR told you for 4 years they're working on it?
Not 4 years, but and not 2021, 2022, 2020, and a half of 2023. 21, I wasn't working. I mean, I was on unemployment.
It doesn't make any sense, Mr. Slocum. It just, I'm telling you so that you won't repeat the behavior.
I'm not going to repeat the behavior.
You're not
I'm
trying.
not.
You're not focused. You're not focused on what's happening here. You have a child with no insurance. Just like when you had your issue, you specifically said to me, for which I wrote down, I had my own medical concerns. I was trying to, my insurance went through because
I'm making sure.
because you understood the importance of that, but you didn't think.
But I still never got my insurance correctly. I just got my insurance correctly last year. Like they were doing a back and forth. I couldn't get. I had no medical cards.
You went back and forth on it
with HR. That's what my job does sometimes with pay and with insurance.
Your insurance, you have not had insurance since 2022.
I never used it, so I didn't. To be honest, I didn't care about the insurance. But I made sure I put her name down, and I thought automatically she would be on there. I didn't know they had to send a court order. Nobody told me that because I didn't do that for my other son.
You just said they told you to send in a court order, and you didn't have time to get it.
No, I said, well, my son, not with Lennox, but my son. My son.
You said with Lennox.
I said, well, no, with my son Chase. I said they did not ask me for a court order at all. They just automatically put him on there. So I thought it was the same thing. I put her name down. I thought automatically she was going to be on there. I didn't know I needed a court order. I thought that automatic goes to the job.
Let's see the first text message you sent to him, telling him Lennox was not on the insurance. The ones after 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, she sent that to me, and I put her name down, and I left it at that.
Oh, you left it at that. Okay.
I'm assuming I was waiting for our cards in the mail. I didn't get my card. She didn't get a card. My son didn't get a card. So that's when I reached out. I reached out and said, hey, what's going on?
And then what happened?
And then they said we were sending your card out in the mail. And it took months for that thing to come to my house. And then in between time, I was in between moving.
House, and you got your card, and you got your son's card. And where was Lennox's card?
I never got my son's card, and I never got my card.
Oh, so your son isn't covered either. Just you.
He's not covered.
That's
He's
not
not covered. I just looked into the system. The only person that's on there is my new daughter and Lennox.
Welcome. Your insurance company said you had a family plan, and that
yes,
this was not
Lennox and Rain is my other daughter.
There's somebody on that plan. Otherwise,
Rain, my newborn. My newborn is on that plan. Rain. That's who's on that plan. Rain and Lennox is on my plan. That's it. Chase is not on there anymore because it wouldn't work, especially in New York. And
just stop talking.
I just checked.
Yeah, you're all over the place. You have no clue.
I'm sorry, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just nervous, and I've never been through this before. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to tell you what's going on.
You're all over the place.
I apologize.
For that purpose, I'm gonna pull down the transcript on this one, because I think next time we come back, you're gonna be dealing with the same stuff. You're all over the place. You're saying one thing and then you come back another. Now your son isn't on it. You're telling her your son is on the plan. It's been on the plan for 15 years.
He just got off this year. Now
he's not talking about this year. We're talking about 2022.
Okay, he was on 2022.
When she was trying to get Lennox on the plan,
Mm-hmm.
wondering why Lennox is on the plan and your other son was on the plan, and you're telling me now it's all. That's what I'm saying. Just you're frustrated.
I apologize. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that.
You're just all over the place now, and it's frustrating. So just stop.
I'm just nervous, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
And how old are you?
I'm 40.
You've been in the workforce for at least 20 years. You don't know how to handle insurance.
Different jobs are different. They handle themselves different. I'm telling you, this job is behind. We can't even get our badges to work in this building. They are behind. Payroll, everything, insurance. Can I can find the email when I can email HR, and can I email that to somebody?
No,
because I have the emails.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
So she was paying $780 a month. Her plan would have been less than that. I'm subtract $76 from that. So that's $780 minus 76. So that's $704 per month that you would have paid. You didn't put the child on your insurance until February. So that meant 2022 to 2023, that's 24, 25. So for 25 months, that's 704 times 25 months.
But do it count if I wasn't at work?
That's $17,600 that you would owe. With regard to the Epipens, that's 2,500 minus 50, which is $2,450. And then $29,906 in child support. And then fees. So what was the total of fees? You have $58, 52.10 times 2. Gwinnett was $52. To file in Gwinnett was $50, and the PI was $1,080. Is that correct?
Correct.
So fees would be 58 plus 52 plus 52 plus 52 plus 50 plus 1080, 1,1344. So that's $17,600 plus $2,450 plus 2,019.06 plus 1,344, a total of $24,313.06. How do you want it paid?
Can we split it in 2 payments if possible?
Do you want like a purge? Are you asking the court for jail, or what are you asking for?
If I ask for jail, will I still get the balance owed?
So basically what will happen is I would set a certain purge amount. You will get a certain time frame to pay that purge amount. If that purge amount isn't paid, we'll come back to court, ask him why. And at that point, I'll determine whether there's jail. If there's jail attached to it, I'll give him another purge amount for jail. And with that purge amount, he could purge that amount for there not to be jail. But all in all, you'll still always get the funds. Of course, if he's in jail, he's not working. And then if he's out of a job, that kind of prevents him from trying to get the monies to pay. So sometimes it can be a cycle.
Okay, so I want to do the purge amount, and then if the purge amount is not paid, I do want to do jail.
All right, so out of the $24,313.06, how much is what is the purge amount that you think he can pay in a lump sum?
$14,000.
Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna divide it in half. That's 12,156.53. I'm gonna make it an even 12. All right, Mr. Slocum, you'll have 30 days. $12,000.
12,000 in 30 days. I can barely live right now. So what's going to happen if I can't pay it? Because I know I can't pay that amount. I know I can't.
Then she's
I
gonna.
can't do a payment plan or anything. It's something lower, please. I cannot, please. I got to go in for a surgery again. I cannot go to jail, man. I'm trying my hardest here. And I got documents of me going back into surgery. I do have documents for that.
How much money can you pay, Mr. Slocum?
Monthly? If it's going to be monthly, I can probably push.
You need a lump sum. You need to borrow monies from family and friends. You need a lump sum money. How much money can you come up with?
But I don't have family like that, man. I don't. That's why I'm struggling out here. But I can try to put up like 1,500. I don't know. I don't have much at all. This just sucks, man, because I've been injured. I've been injured twice, 22 and 23. That should help me out a little bit because I couldn't work. And I've been traumatized. I've been hurt and pain. Surgery. It's hard. And I told Alexis I will help much as I can, but this is absurd. This amount, I don't make nowhere near that amount. And me going to jail, like you said, it's not going to do anything. I'm gonna stop work. I'm not gonna have a job, and then I'm back to square one. And then what? Like I will work my behind or work extra if I have to, even with a messed up leg. I would tell them to give me 4 days instead of 2 to 3 days. I would do anything.
How much extra a month can you pay?
Like 1,500. I can push to 1,500, and that's what helped.
$1,500 every month
I can do that every month
until this amount is paid off.
I can try my best, man.
Oh, I'll think about what that purge amount will be. I'll do an order and send it out. I'll let you know. I'll pick. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all are free to leave.
Zach was the father of the child on the birth certificate that she was leaving him. I believe it's in the best interest of the child to keep the father as is.
When she told you that he thought you were the biological father, were you getting any kind of sense that she was expecting you to step up and do something?
Possibly. It was really hard to tell because she was still dating Zach. She was kind of doing it behind his back at that time.